Hello NBC Sports YouTubers and welcome to episode 3 of Inside the Mind with me, your host, Arlo White. When we put on social media a couple of weeks ago who you'd like to see as the next guest on Inside the Mind, the man I'm talking to today came very high up your list. So we've done exactly what you wanted and come to Tottenham Hotspur's training ground here in Enfield, just north of London, to interview a man who has transformed the fortunes of this football club. They are regularly in the Champions League, in the title races, and they're about to move into a beautiful new stadium. So, without further ado, let's go inside the mind of the Tottenham manager, Mauricio Pochettino. Well, here we are inside Tottenham's magnificent training ground, and Mauricio Pochettino is here alongside me. Mauricio, we appreciate your time. The American viewers and Spurs fans in America really appreciate your time at a very, very busy stage of the season. I want to start off by talking about your relationship with young players. You've always had this reputation, and you've backed it up with not being afraid to play youngsters, not necessarily to throw them in because you feel they're ready. But how do you form this relationship with the younger generation that enables them to buy in to what you want from them?
No, you are very welcome. Thank you to be here. And no, I think it's about the belief and the faith that you have, and then to provide a good platform for them to improve and to grow in a very natural time. And I think from the day one, I think when I started my career like a manager in Espanyol, always the first thing that when I arrive in the new club is to be interested in what happened in the academy. And I think it's start to know the young player, because it's going to be the future of the club. And of course for me, because I grow in Newell's Old Boys in one of the best club in Argentina, or the best club in Argentina, building and to developing young player. I think I learned a lot from a person like Jorge Grifa, and of course for me always was in my mind when I was young. I was player and then start to thinking one day to be a manager, and because I believe and I feel the responsibility to provide them all that a person like Jorge Grifa and all the staff on the Academy Newell's Old Boys provide people to us, to me, younger and kids that wanted to achieve the dreams. And it's like you feel today the responsibility to try to give the same opportunity and to create the platform for them to feel comfortable and help to be a professional footballer. And of course, in the same way, to try to approach in a personal basis, in a human values, to provide the good values too, not only to develop like a players, if not like the personality and character. I think it's so important. That is a mix that we work so hard to try to provide them to have the opportunity, and in the moment that they are going to be involved with the first team, not only to performance and deliver their job, if not to grow like a person too. That is, I think, is important too. So their personal development is very important to you? Yes, for me, yes, it's so important. For me, it's so important to mix that two sides, the in between how you feel, your emotions, how you are going to behave with the professional side about football, developing your talent, and of course that is I think one of the key to be successful on the future.
On the training ground, or maybe the under-23s, or maybe it's used to be Europa League, not anymore, thankfully for you guys. But how do you know a young player, is ready to take that next step to be in your Premier League team?
To be honest, after training with us, of course, always for us is a thing to. We always try to create a space for the younger that we believe that can be a good player for the first team or can play on the first team. I think always is we create a space for them to be involved every week with us. But and then it depends of the personality and the capacity for the younger to mature, no? How they are going to grow. Some player needs maybe 3 months, another player 6 months, another 2 years. All are completely different, and always is so important to give the right time, no? Because and not to take a rash decision how we judge them, and always give the time enough for them to achieve the level to compete with the first team. I think it's not about they are doing well on the under 18 or on the under 23, and okay, go and play with the first team. I think that is not the way that we use to work. I think for us it's more important about to be accepted for the senior player, start to build that complicity that they need to create in between the team, and then for the senior player to accept that younger like a natural, because after 3 months, 4 months, 6 months sharing training session, they accept that they can be a very good teammate that can help on the pitch.
You'll be delighted to hear that Eric Dier came in here about an hour ago, and the first thing he did was shake everybody's hand and ask their name. And I think that might be down to you as well. That sort of guidance. You're talking about the holistic personal development of a person. He did you proud there, Mauricio.
No, yes, because when we arrived here, I think the most important is to feel the person when you see it. Talk and touch, and the skin is so important, that feeling. And for us, when it was a small thing that happened, I remember when we arrived here, it wasn't a compulsory to shake hands, but we start to behave like this, and we shake hands, every single person and player, when we arrived to the restaurant, on the morning, on the breakfast, like this. And I remember one day we were, in the first few weeks, having a lunch with Daniel, with the chairman, and every single player that arrived, shaking hands with the chairman. And in a moment, the chairman, Daniel, said to me, "Oh, Mauricio, that is compulsory. It's a new rule." No, that is respect.
Yeah.
It's to talk about respect. It's to talk about to be close. And I think that attachment, or that to create that feeling in between each other, I think is going to help. Because then football is a collective sport that we need to fight each other to try to success all together. And I think that is a very good start when you arrive in the morning, or when you say goodbye. And I think it's create a very good complicity in between together.
Fascinating, really, really fascinating. I know the timing's not ideal, but I want to ask you about Harry Kane. He had 3 Premier League goals to his name when you arrived. I think you knew he was going to be good, but did you know he was going to be this good?
The good thing that we have all, that coaching staff, that I am the leader of this coaching staff, I think that we can settle a limit. We are so open to provide them the possibility to grow, and if they have the determination to grow and grow, is to give freedom to grow. It's not to put some limit, no? And that is what happened. I think to believe that can be better and better and better, and still today we fight with him. They say, you can be better, and you can do better, and only you need to think that you can improve. In the moment that you are going to think that you cannot improve, and you know everything, you start to lose, and you to go down, no? And that is the mentality that we try to translate to the player, a younger player and senior player too, because I think life is not only football, it's life is always about to learn, but you must be open to learn and focus. If not, it's so difficult to learn.
What's the best decision you've ever made as a manager?
My best decision, I think, is every day. I think our job is to take decisions every day and many decisions. And I think all are important because you play with the destiny, or you play with the future, or you can change life to the people with your decision. And that is why every single decision are important, because you can affect people in one or another way, in a very positive or maybe not so positive. And that is why always my job, that is not my job, is my passion, but I need to be very responsible in the way that we are going to decide something, because we are going to affect life, and not only life of player or staff. If not, we need to think that in behind are people that suffering too, because it's all families, friends, and everything. And that is why I am so serious, and I am so responsible. I cannot say it's the best decision. What was the best decision? I don't know. I hope that in my career so far, after 10 years working like a manager, I take more good, positive than negative decision. I hope.
Yes, absolutely. So everyone is looking forward to the new stadium. I'm sure you and the players, more than absolutely everybody, the fans can't wait. Now you've been around it, you've helped to design it, what's going to be the best thing about that place?
I think everything. Everything is fantastic. It's an amazing place. It's going to be an amazing place to play football. It's going to be an amazing place to be there and watching the stadium. It's amazing. I think it's to congratulate Daniel and all the board and the architects and the people that were involved and is involved in creating a fascinating place for football. I think it's going to be a massive legacy for the club. It's going to be a massive place to help the club to achieve the dreams for the fans, for the staff, for the player, and I think we cannot wait. I think it's so close, but still we need to wait. Hope that as soon as possible we can move there, but it's going to be an amazing place to play football.
Can't wait to see it firsthand.
Yes.
Mauricio, we wish you well for the rest of the season. This is a very exciting time for Tottenham Hotspur, a very busy time. You're battling on all four fronts at the moment. So hopefully, it ends well for you.
Thank you very much.
And the American fans.
Yes, of course.
Thank you very much.
All the American fans, very good. They are always welcome.
Thank you, Mauricio.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Lowe, studio host for NBC's coverage of the Premier League. Don't forget to hit subscribe to watch highlights all season long, and be sure to tune in for Premier League mornings on NBCSN.